This is a Poeartistry Gold Moment by the author James Lynch.
Good day, perceptive reader, and welcome to this Poeartistry Gold Moment. I have to share with you my author page, and I say that with a chuckle. Every website that a writer has, everybody, that's a writer, mostly have this author corner page where, you have contact information, maybe some quotes, and of course, there are books and merchandise that they happen to share with the public. Well, I have one of those pages, and and again, it highlights my poetry and my work, and some links to my books. Yes, but as far as the merchandise section, you know, that is still really in the works. I actually know everything that I want to put out there for merchandise, especially made in that way, but it just hasn't happened. Not at this time. Maybe one day you'll listen to this podcast and you'll realize, oh, it is out there now. At one time, I actually had some coffee cups. I still have the original. And yes, they were not real flashy, if you will. It was because I was just getting started, and that's way over a decade or so. And I went through a window of time with that merchandise that I was trying to market to different people here and there. And so I learned, and how sometimes you learn something, then you say, I'm going to take what I learned, with even would actually having merchandise like coffee cups. And let me tell you, one of the things that I learned, and this may seem like, oh, that's no big deal, but you know what? I see why a person actually mentioned it. How I'm always talking about coffee, as you know. And that's why it comes out where I just said like that, coffee cups. But the reality is, some persons have, and they were good at it too, really getting their merchandise out in that way. They were very good at just saying, no, just say cups or a mug, because not everybody like coffee. Can you believe that? No, let me stop. But so it went to go to show that it didn't place the person's frame of mind as to, oh, well, I don't drink coffee, I'm not even gonna get one. When the cup really is able to be used for any beverage. You see what I'm saying? And then one other tip that I learned as well was, I can love my cups, all I want, but then it was mentioned to have maybe an all-purpose tough, drinking carrying type of and it's not a mug, it's it's like a sports drink, sports I forgot what they even call them, because I just been looking at, walking around with a coffee cup or a cup for so many years now, that I do have those type of sports drinks where, you can pour big, large sums of water in there, and then, you can go for a walk and have it on your belt or what have you. And I just can't remember what they call right now. All the same, that was another idea that was given as far as the merchandise for my brand, which was back then, Pop Books Product of Culture. So now we have James Poeartistry. And like we're talking about on this podcast right now, Poeartistry Gold. So, so I really want, when my merchandise, does come out, man, that it will really have, what I envision in my mind. You probably say, get the experts. We'll see about that as well. But all the same, I was still thinking about the website, because those main pages that you see even go through the slider, those are pages, or many of them, that were home pages at one time in one way or the other. But I was making so many of them, I just went on ahead and made them into a slider post form there. All the same, those pages, I still consider them like author pages to me. I can't help it. I just can't have one. I just can't have one. I mean, I gotta have those two and more up there. That's just the way it is. And so I know somebody get a kick out of the way I just said that. But so with that being said, with these Poeartistry golds that I got coming out on, just on a regular basis, and some other good projects that I got going on, I just wanted to say, don't be surprised if, again, you just see some neat stuff, some very neat photographs or what have you on some specific pages that I would still say, this is all part of my author page, even though you had to click to get to it. All right. Have a very wonderful day. Thank you always for the interest, and you take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.